3. Audio check. 1, 2, 3.
All right, stand by. You sound perfect. Perfect.
Great.
Audio is absolutely perfect.
Awesome, thanks. So, Astronomy Live here. Tonight, here with Red Rhetoric, who is assisting me, especially with the audio, having some audio issues. So, audio is being routed through Red, but this is Astronomy Live and we're talking. And we're going to do a little webcast tonight about the moon. So, let's see. One of WSO's latest videos claims that the moon is tilting strangely. So, you can see the moon live through the telescope right now, but let me screen share the WSO video that I'm going to be addressing tonight. Here we go. WSO, November 17th. And you can see two photos of the moon, and one appears to be much more tilted than the other. Now, you might notice this little circular patch down at about the 5 o'clock position in the image on the left. That is Mercurium, and normally that portion of the moon is at the top of the moon's edge as it's rising, and it's usually at the bottom of the moon's edge as it's setting. It's a field rotation. You can see Tycho and Copernicus craters, and Tycho should normally be from the northern hemisphere, normally be at about the bottom part of the moon. But it doesn't appear to be the case. It appears to be on the left side of the moon in that picture on the left. So what's going on here? Why does the moon appear to be tilting like this? Well, if I come back to the image in the telescope is currently polar aligned. So let me reshare that. Here we go. So the telescope is currently polar aligned. So the moon looks the way people normally expect it to look. The shadow, called the Earth's terminator, the moon's terminator, is vertical. Tycho is at the bottom. The moon looks like it's in its normal vertical orientation. This is because the telescope is polar aligned, so we don't have to deal with field rotation. Now, I've often heard it said that, or the question asked, that the person says, I'm seeing this by the eye, I'm not seeing this in a telescope. When I Google field rotation, I find a bunch of links that talk about telescopes. So it appears to be a telescope phenomenon, but yet I'm seeing this by eye. Well, it's not limited to telescopes. It's a phenomenon that occurs, field rotation occurs from any perspective that is not polar aligned. And so one of the problems someone using a telescope can run into is if they're doing a long exposure to space and the telescope is not properly polar aligned.
Hold that thought, astronomy. Got some people saying that there's some audio issues. I'm going to make a quick adjustment, and then I'm going to ask you to do a mic check.
Okay.
All right, let's try this. And I'm going to down the audio level just a bit so that it comes in a little bit clearer. So hang on one second. And if you guys think this is bad, you should have heard Astronomy Live when he was trying it himself. All right, try again. Mic check now.
Okay, checking. Audio checking. How does the audio sound?
All right, hold that thought. Hang on.
Okay. Sorry.
All right, it sounds good to me now. Sounds good to me. So keep going.
Okay, great. Sorry guys, but yeah, we're having some audio issues, so things are kind of in a very strange configuration tonight, but hopefully
everyone's commenting that it's a lot better now, so you're good.
Okay, great. So right now what we're seeing is an image of the moon through my telescope, which is polar aligned. It's aligned parallel to the Earth's axis of rotation. So as a result of that, you don't have field rotation. You don't have to worry about the moon appearing to tilt like that. That tilt is primarily due to field rotation. To a lesser extent, it's also affected by libration. And normally, I've seen a lot of people mistaking that kind of tilting that I just showed you on WSO's video as being due to libration. That's not true. And so it leads to confusion when people see the moon appearing to tilt all the way over 90 degrees. Libration doesn't normally produce that. Libration is a more minor effect to do with the moon's orbit. But what we're seeing in those pictures is due to field rotation, the result of looking at the moon from a non-polar normal tripod, pointing it up, down, left, and right. That has the unfortunate consequence of field rotation, because you're not viewing the moon parallel to your axis of rotation. And so the moon will appear to tilt up to 180 degrees from rising to setting. So although it looks vertical and normal right here in the image from the telescope, that's because the telescope is properly polar aligned. So in a moment, I'm going to pull the camera off the telescope, put a normal lens on it, put it on a normal camera tripod, and we'll see what it looks like relative to the horizon. It's drastically different. So let me do that now. Let me get my camera lens. And actually, Red, this is kind of cool because I can bring the phone with me and carry the audio with me even though I'm away from the laptop. Works out well. This will make it easier, a little easier to narrate, I think. So I'm going to have to shut the video. Video will go blank for a moment when I shut the camera off. I'm going to have to do that and take it off the telescope and put a regular camera lens on. So let's do that now. Okay, the camera lens on. Tricky to do one-handed, but got that done. Okay, and now I just have to come around here and put the camera on the tripod. Alright, we'll bring the tripod a little closer here. Telescope. Oh, the camera's tethered. Alright.
And also for the sake of this feed, I recommend you enunciate as much as you can, just because of the audio, because again, it's coming through my phone into my mic and then out to these people. So sorry for the crappy audio, guys, but you should have heard it before. It was really bad.
Yeah. So sorry about that. I was kind of mumbling because I was fumbling around with the camera, but I've got it set up now on the tripod. And let's see, it doesn't seem like why is my capture app not detecting the feed? Give me a second here, guys. Just check things out here. Detected. I might have to, just for the moment, I'll put it back on the WSO video so you can see again what it looks like with field rotation, which is what we're about to see in a moment from the camera live. I'm going to restart the capture app for the camera. Running in the background, and I might have to in-task it. It does not like, okay, here it comes. It really, okay, I don't want to install the update right now, guys. It really does not like being shut down. It does not like it if the camera source shuts off altogether on it. But unfortunately, I kind of had to do that. There we go. Now it's back up.
Just so you're aware, you're not screen sharing anymore.
Yep, I know. I'm going to put that right back.
Okay.
All right, this is the screen sharing now, and I'm going to make sure it's okay.
Yeah, you're presenting to everyone now.
Okay, thank you. All right. So, Oh, seems like video signal frozen for some reason. That's not good. Stop.
Man, this is the night of technical difficulties, huh?
Yeah, I always seem to have technical difficulties with this stupid thing. Doesn't
You know, I have like a mobile hotspot for my job I could have brought along that has unlimited
Yeah,
4G at unlimited bandwidth.
Yeah, but this is not Red. This is not an issue with the internet right now. This is an issue with the capture app and equipment, which is still new to me. I'm still getting used to it, but it's very temperamental.
Yeah, but we could still have heard your frustrations in full HD audio.
Oh, jeez. No one needs to hear my frustrations at full.
Yeah, you didn't think that far ahead, did you?
Of course, it may be partly a problem that I'm running the beta version of the software. The regular version didn't work at all. And they've just released the final full version, of course, now when I don't have time to set it up. But, okay, great. Is it working now, or is it...
Well, you're no longer screen sharing. Although when you do start screen sharing, I will make it so that only you are being shown.
Yeah, thanks. I'm going to screen share now. Sorry, I had to restart the app again. I think it's working now. Knock on wood.
Yep, I'm going to Yep, you're being presented to everyone now.
Well, let's try this again. Hopefully, because before it was just showing a still image, but it was acting like it was capturing live, and it wasn't. Good. We'll leave video. All right, cool. Doing video. Yay. So, just want to show the horizon is level. You can see the little twinkly lights there on the horizon, street lights and stuff across the river, and you can see they're level, right? The tripod is roughly level. So I'm not tricking anyone here. This is no trickery allowed. But I'm going to zoom up here.
Move the phone closer to you if you can.
Okay. You hear me?
Yep, much better.
Now I'm going to try to find the moon with this tripod. It's actually gotten a bit higher than when I first did this test before the broadcast. Sorry, hang on a second. This tripod's cheap. Sorry.
Not a problem.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can still hear you just fine. Just keep the phone close to you.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm moving things around here a lot, so I'm not gonna be able to.
Yeah, just pretend it's one of the just a normal computer microphone, your phone, even though that's weird.
Yeah, I know. There. Why isn't it showing up?
We saw the moon temporarily.
Did? Oh, okay. Should. There we go. All right, cool. Now I just have to zoom in. It's really tricky because I gotta look over in one direction and sort of. There's a delay, and also I have to stretch my neck to see the screen and move the camera separately. It's really kind of tricky.
Yep, we can see it now.
Focus.
Yep, we can see the moon.
Cool. As you can see, it looks tilted 90 degrees from what it looked like in the telescope. This is the field rotation. So, as you can see, see this does occur with normal cameras on normal tripods, or alternatively, looking with your head on top of your shoulders. Your head on top of your shoulders is like a camera tripod. And so, as you can see, the moon looks quite wacky here. In this case, the terminator on the moon is at the top, and Mare Crisium is basically in that shadowed area there. And so it's at the top edge. It's basically 180 degrees turn from what we saw in the WSO video. Tycho crater in this case is towards the right edge. And so as the moon rises higher and higher, as it crosses the meridian, as it crosses the north-south line in the sky, it will rotate to the point that it looks vertical for a period of time, but then as it starts to set, it'll turn the other way, and then you'll see Tycho on the left side, and the moon will eventually set. So this is completely normal, and the whole sky moves like this. It's not just the moon. It applies to the sun. It applies to the entire constellation. As Orion rises tonight, it was looking like Orion was resting on his right side, and now he's approaching the meridian, and so he's looking vertical. And then as he sets, he'll be on his left side. So this whole phenomenon applies to more than just the moon.
Yeah.
And
If you
it occurs every single night.
if you were to watch the moon as it was rising, imagine that you could draw an arrow on the moon. So as it rises, the arrow is pointing up. But as it goes over the sky and heads towards the horizon, the set, that arrow is going to be pointing down. Now, the reason it does that is because it does that for the entire sky. It's not just the moon. So just like what you were mentioning with Orion, Orion's going to rise leaning to one side. In the middle of the sky, he's going to be looking straight up from your perspective. And then as he sets, he's going to be setting on the other side, the side opposite he was when he rose on the horizon. And so for people to say that this is some unknown phenomenon, no, it happens every night. And it's something that can easily be demonstrated with a star motion time lapse, or even going outside every 30 minutes at night to watch the moon.
Yep, exactly right. So I noticed my memory card just filled up. I'm going to have to erase the video I just recorded here to free up space. Unfortunately, the way this Canon camera works, I need to see if I can change the firmware on this thing to give me more control, because if I leave it on but not actually recording anything, it'll auto shut off after about 10 seconds. There may be a way to change that, but I haven't found it yet. So for the moment, I'm just cheating the system by telling it to record. I don't actually care about the recordings on the camera as much, but I do care about keeping the camera on for streaming.
So it has to be written to a memory card for you to stream? That's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I said, it'll auto shut off if I don't record. So, oops. What happened? Oh, I hit the wrong button. Okay, that should be enough space.
Yep. Now you have the terminator portion of the moon going straight up and down instead of side to side.
Yep. That was the recording from the telescope. So I'll put it back on the telescope one more time here so we can view the beautiful moon and all of its high detail glory through the telescope. And in the meantime, I also have to change the battery on the camera, which is currently dying. Nice chilly air here tonight. Chilly for a Floridian anyway.
Man, you really do need my equipment.
Yeah, I've got plenty of spare batteries here, but I've been recording a lot for these streaming shows and eating my batteries alive. So are there any questions in the chat? I can't view it right now, but
yeah.
Do you see any questions people are asking?
Yeah, I do. A lot of them seem to be confused about the explanation that we just gave, but I'll ask one. One person says Empire Hexmac says, please ask my question. Did moon split many years ago? I don't know what that means.
Did the moon what's that?
Split many years ago.
Split?
Yeah.
I don't know what they're referring to there. If the moon split, I think we would have noticed. What?
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're referring to either. Empire, you're going to have to re-ask your question or rephrase it. No, the moon did not split in two. If it did, just like what Astronomy Live just said, I think we would have noticed it by now.
I don't know. I think maybe they watched that terrible Time Machine remake a few too many times. I don't know if you ever saw that movie, but the moon split in two and destroyed the world and all this stuff.
What are they thinking? Like, what are they saying? Like the moon is fake or something like that? Like there's a real moon and a fake moon, and now all we have is the fake. I don't know what you're asking, Empire. Although if that is what you're saying, I have a few questions. One, who stole it? Two, where are they hiding it? Three, how do you move something that weighs 7.2 times 10 to the 22 kilogram?
All good questions.
All very good questions. Yes. You know, especially if you can answer number three, because I think that would be a clincher right there. All right. No. The moon did not split in two or two things. I don't know what you're asking here. Is this like a baited question or something? Okay, so to basically go over this one more time, Empire has asked, did the moon split in two, as in split into two things? And I still don't know what he's asking.
That's roughly right. Camera orientation.
Oh, he's talking about the Quran or some crap in the Quran.
Oh.
Sorry, we only deal with science here.
Alrighty.
Oh.
We're back on the telescope.
Yep, and I'm scrolling up and he says, who is the other smart dude? My name is Red. I run the YouTube channel Red's Rhetoric. I debunk flat earth nonsense with a lot of cursing.
Yes, adult language warnings, but Red has agreed to keep it PG tonight for my channel, and thank you for that.
You're very lucky that I would subject myself to such horrible things, such as keeping it PG.
As Spock would say, he loves the colorful metaphors.
Yes. All right, we can see the telescope.
Cool. Nice image of the moon tonight. Nice clear night. Too bad there's so much moonlight. Not enough darkness to do any kind of deep space work, but nonetheless, we can enjoy the nice view of the moon. As we can see, it's still vertical from the polar-aligned orientation of the telescope.
I also like how you can see some mountains over the Terminator line.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's proof, by the way, that the moon is not producing its own light; it's reflecting it, because you have some of the moon in shadow, but some mountains are high enough that they can actually still get some sunlight. In fact, you can see a really good example of that with the twin craters at the top of the frame. So apparently Empire is stating that NASA found a sign of split on moon.
Well, he must be talking about early in the moon's formation or something. I mean, I guess that's possible, but I haven't seen that story yet. Certainly no time in human history.
No, this wouldn't be anywhere near, because keep in mind that the moon's formation wasn't necessarily a split, but I mean, you can kind of call it a shearing motion between two planetoids. For those of you who want to know, look up a planet by name of Theia. And what was it, 4.7 billion years ago, I think it was?
Something like that.
Yep. And I think it was 4.567 billion years ago, or yeah, 4.567. Could that be a coincidence? Yes.
What do you think, Brad? Should I throw it up on a higher magnification view of the moon here for a little bit before we wrap up?
Yeah, if you can zoom in on the Sea of Tranquility, that would be nice.
All right. Let's see what I can do here.
Yeah, right on the Terminator line.
Okay. I'm going to have to put the phone down for a second, so go ahead and mute me, and I'll be right back.
All right. I'm going to mute you right now. Hang on one second. Stand by.
All right, so the telescope's unfocused, but actually, Red, if you can watch it, watch in the Hangout, so you have less latency on me. And then just tell me if the moon seems to be getting smaller and sharper or larger and fuzzier.
Yep. All right. Keep going. You're getting sharper. Keep going. Got a long way to go, bro. Well, now it's getting darker.
Darker?
Yep.
Oh.
It's getting very dark.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going the wrong way. That's the deal. All right.
Now it's getting somewhat brighter. Oh yeah, much brighter now. Keep going. Yeah. There you go. Right. Nope. You passed the point there. Yep. You passed it. Just adjust the focus slowly, and I'll tell you when to stop.
Okay.
No. Head the other way.
Okay.
Almost there, and A little bit more. A little bit more. Right there, right there, right there, right there, right there. Oh, just past it just a tad.
Passed it a little bit.
Yep, past it just a little bit. And back a little bit more, just a tad. Right there, right there. Perfect.
All right.
Yep, that's perfect right there.
Cool. I'm a perfectionist, though. We can actually zoom in on it and see. Fuzzier. That's better.
Yep, much better.
Good. Good. Got a high magnification view.
The idea that the moon was a random planetoid has been thrown out there, but no one seems to buy into it because of the material that was brought back on the Apollo missions. Most of the material brought back shows that it's a higher concentration, what would be for the crust of a forming planetary body. And so what they believe happened is that when Theia smashed into the still forming Earth, a lot of its crustal material was flung out into space, and it was just that crustal material that was available to coalesce and eventually become our moon. And that's why the moon has the composition it has, and the Earth has the composition it has. So there was this mathematical model to show how this was supposed to be possible, and they even made a 3D animation of this actually happening with the swapping of materials, and it seems to work out perfectly. And so that's the theory that has been accepted since then. Ain't science fun?
Yes, it is. Telescope up and down here a little bit. Just get a view of the rest of the moon. There's that beautiful double crater. Look that up on my atlas. See which craters those are. Nice to know.
Yeah, you see the double craters that I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
Yeah, right on the Terminator.
Okay, my audio quality might be great here. I'll put you on speakerphone for a moment.
All right. Sounds just fine. Bob, you're going to have to give me the mathematics that show that the moon's formation is an improbability.
Yep.
No, the size and distance of the moon is not an abnormality, especially if you know how it was formed. And as history continues to progress forward, the moon is actually going to recede further and further and further away. Astronomy, what's the current rate? Is it 3 centimeters a year or something along those lines?
Yeah, something like that. It's measured in centimeters. It's very small.
Yeah.
So the double craters, the one on the left is Hercules, and the one on the right is known as Atlas.
Ah, Atlas. Speaking of which, Saturday.
I knew that was going to come up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I'm actually contemplating. I don't know. I'm guessing the Causeway passes are probably sold out at this point, but hopefully my girlfriend's not watching. I was going to surprise her with some Causeway passes if I can still get them. tomorrow and drive out or take the bus out to the causeway and we'd watch it together up close.
I think they're sold out.
They probably are, but you never know. It could be that because it got delayed, some people had to turn theirs back in. You never know.
Well, keep in mind we're supposed to go out to that new spot that I found. So if you are going to come with, I need to know like soon, as in tomorrow, because there's some plans I have to because after that launch goes, I need to haul because I need to be at work right afterwards.
Oh shoot, yeah. Well, that's fine. Don't count on me being with you, unfortunately, but I'll be somewhere watching it.
You failed me once again.
Oh, I know. But hey, we can get, if I get good footage from somewhere else and you get your footage from your side, you'll have more footage to throw in your video. You can just like have another angle on it.
Mm-hmm.
Are we coming up on the anniversary of Apollo 15? I think we are, aren't we?
We might be. I haven't looked into it at all recently because I've been focused on this Atlas V launch. It's a 5:41 liftoff, and supposedly it's they're looking at a 5:30 to like 6:20 launch window, which gives me just enough time to make it back and go to work. If I'm a little bit late, it's not really a big deal, although I would like to avoid that if possible. But I've already staked out my spot, and I know that Vince is coming with me. And I was going to invite you, but you know, you have to keep missing these things.
Well, I'll be somewhere around there. Oh, there goes the memory card again. Oh, I've really got to clear up this memory card. Well, shoot.
Maybe I should buy you a new memory card.
Oh, I've got a really nice one here. I just have a bunch of stuff on it I need to offload, including a ton of footage from the supermoon the other night. So.
Oh, you mean the one that was completely blocked by clouds?
Yeah, pretty much. It was pretty miserable.
And I think I got out of work early to see the supermoon and was greeted to that crap. I went right back inside and got right back to work. I was like, on second thought, I won't take that PTO.
Back up now with video.
Yeah, it's true that the moon does have a bit of a wobble, but the wobble is not as extreme as it may look. That's just your perspective of the wobble of the moon. But as it recedes, we're still going to be faced with that side of the moon forever. It's going to remain tidally locked. There's no reason for it to not be tidally locked just because it moves further away. What they said is that there will be a point in Earth's history where the moon will only face one side of the Earth at all times. But that time is well into the future. We'll be long gone before that time even happens.
Yep. So I just wanted to show one more thing before we close out here tonight.
Sounds good.
You still hear me okay?
Yep, we can still hear you just fine. At least I can. I don't know how the audio is coming through. Guys, if the sound is absolutely deplorable, let me know and I'll do what I can to fix it.
Okay. Here, let me turn off speakerphone. This might make it better a little bit.
Yeah, just a tad.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, for convenience sake, because I was setting everything up, I put everything on the speaker. But let me just real quick. Rockford, Michigan. About 3 years ago, I created a spreadsheet for calculating the apparent position of the moon and the apparent orientation of the moon relative to the horizon. And lo and behold, it still works. So you just plug in the location and the time, it tells you how many degrees from vertical the moon should look relative to the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
Right now,
astronomy. A person was asking the location. Can I give them exact, or can I just give them the major city?
No, just let's say somewhere near Tampa.
All right, Tampa, Florida, people. Tampa, Florida.
Oh no, I'm running low on battery power on my laptop, so we are going to have to wrap up here in the next few minutes.
All right.
I just wanted to, share real quick. To go back to the WSO video, and actually I'm going to share the screenshot I took of it here. So you can see it says November 13th, 2016. You can see that, right, Red?
Yeah.
Okay, make sure it shares to everybody because I had to reset the sharing.
Oh, yeah, you did. Hang on. Okay, you're now present to everybody.
Okay, thanks. So as you can see, it shows November 13th, 2016. Location was given, actually, in this case. They don't always give this when they complain about the moon tilt. Rockford, Michigan. So if I Google Rockford, Michigan coordinates, according to Google, Rockford, Michigan is located at 43.12 degrees north and 85.56 degrees west. And the date, let's see, that was November 13th, 2016. November 13th. Actually, okay. And then the time was 2:35 a.m. Eastern time. That is 7:35 by Universal Time. So you plug that into my spreadsheet, which, well, I won't take a screenshot of it, but, well, I guess I will. Why not? Take a quick screenshot of the video. The video I'll put as a link in the video description so you can download the spreadsheet for yourself. Anyone's interested in checking my work, but I know, battery low, I get it. See you later. So there's my video, just for comparison. But using that spreadsheet, plugging it in, I get an orientation of the moon of 80.5 degrees from vertical. So it should have been tilted in this image on the left, 80.5 degrees from vertical. So if we take this screenshot right here, let's crop it to that moon. In fact, I'm going to crop it even tighter. Crop it to just the moon and derotate it by that same amount. The spreadsheet predicts it should have been twisted 80.5 degrees relative to vertical. All right, till my screenshot on my spreadsheet. Okay. You can still see it, right, Red?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to rotate negative 80.5 degrees. Rotate. Boom. That's exactly what we were just seeing in the telescope, wasn't it? Typo at the bottom. Perfect vertical orientation. It was exactly the orientation it should have been from Rockford, Michigan at that time, according to my own calculations with my spreadsheet. So there's nothing wrong with the moon. It's exactly as it should be.
So
and you can see that with a polar line telescope, and you can see that if you do the math, it all adds up.
So the guy's making a big deal out of absolutely nothing.
Exactly.
Yep, thought so.
And that's about all the power I have for tonight. The laptop battery is about to run out here.
All right.
Thanks everybody for coming out and watching. Appreciate it. And thank you so much, Red, for coming out and helping me host.
All right. Not a problem. Take care, everyone.
All right. Clear skies, folks.